Having grown up here, I'm very, very familiar with Milwaukee, and I think that we really do have a community that is overwhelmingly kind and overwhelmingly compassionate. I don't feel weighed down by the amount of work that's sort of fallen into my lap. I get a tremendous number of requests for speaking and for putting on workshops and things like that. You know, I left my career, which was microbiology, to do this. I continue to feel that really this is so rewarding. And I think that for me, even if I was to touch one person and they say, you know, I never understood that and I have a completely different understanding of your community now, I feel that I'm making a difference because we're changing minds, and I see this as really paving the way for our kids and other kids, not just Muslim kids, but other kids that may look different than the mainstream. So I really can't imagine doing anything else. I think the Muslim community in Milwaukee is thriving. You know, I grew up in Milwaukee, and I remember that as a young person, there were only a small number of families that lived here. Most of the individuals that were here used to be students that would come to the universities, but over the years, many families stayed here, along with also the families that are, of course, live here and have been here for generations. And so, whereas I recall having holiday prayer services where there were maybe 150 individuals. Now we're attending holiday prayer services where there are 8,000 and 9,000 individuals. Our country has a history of intolerance, unfortunately. You know, if we want to just look back historically at the Chinese Exclusion Act, at Japanese internment camps, our attitudes towards Irish Catholics, towards Jews, of course, you know, blacks and the whole slave experience, towards migrants. Unfortunately, this has been part of our history, and it's just being repeated in different ways. I think the biggest fear that I have for the Muslim community in Milwaukee is really regarding the children. The irresponsible rhetoric that is coming from certain media sources and from certain candidates that are running for higher office is really creating an image, a negative image of Muslims, and I think this is affecting our children in particular because you find that they're being bullied then, and comments are being made. So I think my fear is really that these children are going to then just sort of move away from society, in the sense that they will just hang out with each other and not interact, and feel fearful, rather than feeling that as Americans and as Milwaukeeans, they really have a role to play, and their position is important as well. I think that people would be enriched by getting to know the members of the Muslim community. I think that we have a great deal to offer. We're very involved in the Milwaukee community. Volunteerism is highly applauded in our community. I think that you know, we have a hospitality like no other, really, when you get to know us. I think that it will benefit individuals and really create a greater sense of community if we can look at not just the Muslim community, but any community that we tend to fear, and really put an effort to get to know them, because really most fear is a result of lack of understanding and lack of knowing people.